I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. The best war movie ever made. J. Scott, Toronto Globe and Mail. Great filmmaking. I've seen it twice. Gene Siskel, Chicago Tribune. A bombshell. The flip side of Platoon. Susan Granger, WMCA Radio, New York City. Overpowers Platoon, Deer Hunter, and Apocalypse Now. Bobby Wygant, KXAS-TV, Dallas. Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. Rated R. Bring it home on video cassette.
Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another review? And this is another request, this time from Ben, a very nice guy. Thank you so much, Ben. If anyone is ever interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, pretty much any type of stuff, you just send your request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, of course, this is for the 1987 war film Full Metal Jacket, directed by the one Stanley Kubrick. I've always enjoyed this film. I would easily say this is one of my favorite war pictures. Because there's two different kind of war pictures. There's more fun war pictures like Rambo 2, Rambo 3, that kind of war. But then there's the more serious, like, you have the Platoon, Hamburger Hill, Duties of War, Saving Private Ryan, all sorts of stuff. And this is one of my favorites in that. Because it's a Vietnam picture, but it doesn't feel like a typical Vietnam picture, because most of when you think of Vietnam, you think of the jungles. There's no jungles in this. And then that was interesting. The way Kubrick directed it, the way the movie goes, where it goes from boot camp. It's really two films. Boot camp is film 1. City Warfare is film 2. And both are pretty damn good. The first film, as I call it, you kind of see how the movie's really about how these guys are turned into killers. Now, maybe soldiers will take issue with that, but Stanley Kubrick was one of those directors that he didn't care for realism, he just cared for what he wanted to do with his picture. And I can understand that with him. So, at the beginning where, goodbye, my darling, hello, Vietnam, and they're being shaved bald. And you have Matthew Modine, whose nickname is Joker. You have Vincent D'Onofrio, whose nickname becomes Gomer Pyle. And a few others, but those are the two in particular. And you have the drill sergeant, played by the late, great Ermey. May he rest in peace. The role he was born to play. I mean, he was really in the military, but still, after this, he'd outwork forever because of this movie. because he did a lot of stuff after this. People don't remember this role. And when people think of drill sergeant, they think of this. That's one thing I was going to ask Fabio. I never did because I don't think he likes talking about the... Well, I just thought it'd be a weird question. Like, because he went through basic training. I think it's a different division, but I'm like, was boot camp anything like Full Metal Jacket? But I don't know, I just thought that'd be a weird question to ask him. It's like, was a drill sergeant anything like Arlie Ermey? I've heard that is the case. I don't know if it's as hardcore as it was back at this time, but I don't know. I didn't. But Arlie Ermey played at full tilt. I mean, the more you hate me, you will learn. Here, you are equally worthless. Who said that? The fairy fucking godmother said it. Why? I liked you. You'd come over to my house and fuck my sister. Listen, you will not laugh. You will not cry. Listen, I will screw your head and shit down your neck. What? Were you about to call me an asshole? You're 5'9"? I didn't know they stat shit that high. You know, I bet the best part of you crawled down the back of your mama's ass and let the brown stain on the carpet. And just these things he would come up with that's just so... It's funny to watch when you're watching it, but when you're there, if you were really there, you just like, Jesus Christ. You don't want to be around this character. And the guy he picks on the most is Vincent D'Onofrio's character. And I thought he did a great job showing how this guy who seemed like he meant well, he was smiling when he shouldn't be. And you really see the dehumanization of Leonard, his real name, but dead name Goro Pyle, with the jelly donut incident and screwed up his left from his right, getting smacked around, and so he makes him do it with the pants down and a thumb in his mouth. Makes him march that way. He keeps getting the people in trouble, and then one night people smack the shit out of him when he's sleeping because they're tired of him fucking things up, and then they all get punished. I mean, just the dehumanization of this guy. And I thought the score, which I did not realize the score is done by Stanley Kubrick's daughter, because the name is Abigail Mead. I'm like, who the hell is Abigail Mead? But apparently that's Vivian Kubrick under a different name. I never knew that, but I love the score. My two favorite pieces of score is... Well, I'll tell you, my favorite piece of score is when... The most haunting scene in the movie to me is when Matthew Modine enters the bathroom and there's Vincent D'Onofrio getting his gun ready. You know, he's not saying what the clip is. It's like, because the thing with Kubrick, the thing about Kubrick is whenever he wants someone to be psycho, he has the head down and the eyes like this. And it's true, if you film someone with the head down and the eyes up, you get that intense, scary, he's just losing their quality to it. And it worked. So when Vincent D'Onofrio's like, "Hi, Joker. Full Metal Jacket." It's fucking creepy. And you know this has happened because of the abuse he got. You know, I am in a world of shit. Very fucking intense. And Arlie Ermey shoots his fucking mouth off, so I'm like, you kind of deserved it, dumbass. And then the score during that scene also really helps that be a haunting fucking sequence. You listen to that score, and then it's like, I do like, this is a little thing, I like that Matthew Modine's like, no! The reason I like that is because, in a weird way, it shows he does care about Vincent D'Onofrio's well-being. He doesn't think, oh, this is a piece of shit, I hope you die. Oh, you just shot Arlie Ermey. No, he's like, he does care. And he does want him to do it. I know I'm looking too much into it, but it's those little things that sometimes I like. I like that. And Matthew Modine does fine in the role. Now, for what I understand, I could be wrong, originally it was going to be Anthony Michael Hall playing the Matthew Modine role. But I don't know if... I don't know the details of what happened. Either Anthony Michael Hall fucked up, or something happened and then he didn't get the role, which I would bet money, if that's the case, he fucking regrets that to this day. Because around this time, he was doing Johnny Be Good and Out of Bounds, like these films no one talks about anymore. Because if Anthony Michael Hall did this role and really showed people like, wow, that's the kid from Weird Science, and I think he could have done it. Why? Because I liked him in The Dead Zone. He did a good job on the TV show, The Dead Zone. That showed he could do a serious role. And I think if he was in a Stanley Kubrick movie, which would be hyped and people would take notice, because like, when's the next Kubrick film? He could have turned some heads. Matthew Modine, he had done some stuff, but he just never became that big of a name. But Anthony Michael Hall was a name because of the John Hughes movies, and yeah, I think he could have turned some heads. And although I don't mind Matthew Modine, I would really have liked to see what Anthony Michael Hall would have done. I really would have. I do think he could have pulled it off. So, it is what it is. Not taking away from Matthew Modine, but Anthony Michael Hall, that would have been really interesting. But yeah, that first movie, it seems like most people are more into that part of the movie, because whenever someone talks about the movie, they talk about that. It seems like when it gets to the second half, there are some, not all, some people that it kind of drops off for them. But I like the second part as well. But I think because of the first part, it's that you have the memorable performance by Arlie Ermey, and then you have the haunting, sympathetic, tragic Vincent D'Onofrio role. And then you get to the second half, those two, in a way, stole the movie. And the second half, of course, they're both gone. So maybe that's part of it. But I do like the second half because showing the city warfare made it different and distinct from all the other Vietnam movies. That's just jungle, jungle, jungle. So it made it a bit different. Made it a bit more unique. And there's still memorable stuff. You have the hooker, me so horny, me love you long time. You got Adam Baldwin, who plays Animal. And as some people would say, it's kind of like if Vincent D'Onofrio, Leonard Pyle, if he had lived to Vietnam, he probably would have turned into Adam Baldwin's character, who's just so gung-ho on killing and not giving a shit. And Adam Baldwin does a good job. Talk the talk. Do you walk the walk? And then the city attack made it interesting. Keep repeating that. And, whether it be the interviews they give out and the weird stuff they say, like Matthew Modine, I want to see these people, with their culture, and then kill them. He does a better job than I did. I got the lines wrong, but... And then you have the sniper sequence. I do think that's an intense scene. The way it's shot, and you see almost the POV of the sniper, and then someone like slow motion getting hit. You really feel the intensity of that sniper stuff. I do think it's one of the most intense sniper scenes in the movie, because it shot it. I can't think of really another sniper scene that was as intense as that finale. And then you find out who the sniper is. And sort of Matthew Modine taking that one more step. And even the way it ends is a bit... It can make you think a bit. Because it's the soldiers at night traveling through all this fire and waste while singing the Mickey Mouse song. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Who's the leader of the pack, a friend to you and me? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. So it's like all this death and destruction, and they're singing this kid song in a weird way, sort of how do I put it? In a weird way, the final death of innocence, because you're taking that song and just using it in a way in the worst circumstances, and be like, doesn't matter. I'm alive. We're alive. We keep going to the next duty, and let's see what happens next. And it ends with that Painted Black song, which is a great song. I would say my favorite Rolling Stone song is Painted Black. And I think it's a great movie. I really don't have any issues with it. I mean, Full Metal Jacket, of serious war movies, it's up there with Hamburger Hill, because I really enjoy Hamburger Hill. Oh, you know what? Funny, I would put Uncommon Valor on that list, because people say, well, no, that's more fun, but to me, that movie has a lot of heart to it. That it's the top of the list for me, Uncommon Valor. But stuff like this, it's up there. I like Platoon. I probably would put this above Platoon because of Kubrick's direction. And although I would say I like Charlie Sheen more than Matthew Modine, acting-wise. But again, just the way it's shot and make it a bit more unique compared to other Vietnam films. Casualties of War, that's another good one. But yeah, really enjoy this movie. And if you've never seen it, it's worth a look. It's easily worth a look. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.